In today's show, we have a special guest, Miss Sharae Jenkins of fabandfitcoaching.com. Sharae Jenkins, MBA, resides in Seattle, Washington, and is a nutritionalist, health coach, blogger, speaker, and owner of Fab Fit Healthy Coaching LLC. I think I messed that one up. Fab and Fit Health
Have been
Coaching
fit health coach.
LLC. Prior to starting her health coaching practice, she experienced her own 60-pound weight loss transformation and has had the weight off for at least 10 years now. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sharae Jenkins.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
No problem at all. So, just a little bit of background and history between me and Sharae, right? Is that how you
Hooray.
pronounce it? Sharae,
Hooray.
Sharae,
Yeah.
Sharae. I believe somewhere on some social network that we're all on trying to share and inspire,
hmm
whether it was Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I'm all about sharing similar stories or anybody who had any type of weight loss transformation story. We connected a few years ago, and we've all always kept in touch, one way or another. We support each other. I support her, she supports me, and we bounce ideas off of each other and different things like that. So I just wanted to bring Sharae on to help get her word out to what she's doing, and just touch up with her to see how she's been doing, and just ask her a couple questions of things that I've been wanting to ask her about. And this is our first Zoom meeting, and we're just going to take it from there. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I am in Seattle, Washington. I am currently a nutritionist and health coach, and I have been health coaching since the beginning of February of this year. And really, my goal with health coaching is to help career women who struggle losing weight create effective and sustainable lifestyle changes while eating food that they actually enjoy. I think a lot of times when people start on a health and wellness journey, they think that they have to eliminate all these foods. They think that their food has to be bland or that they have to stick to the same meals over and over and over. So I really try to teach women about variety and abundance and all of these different foods that they can incorporate instead of thinking about what they have to remove, or having people think in terms of what I call food labeling, where we're saying, okay, this food is good, this food is bad. I really want people to overall have a healthier relationship with food and understand that really all foods can fit into a healthy lifestyle. Definitely, it's about portion control and moderation, and really what you do on a consistent basis is really what's going to drive your results. As you mentioned, I experienced my own weight loss journey. And from that, people would just ask me, like, how I lost the weight, and what I do to keep it off, and what did I eat, and how do I stay motivated. And so actually in 2016, I created a blog just to kind of like document my journey, and then just to offer more practical tips to other women who might be struggling or who are maybe a little bit nervous to start their journey. And from that, I discovered that there was just really a need to help people on a deeper level. And I heard about health coaching, and I was like, oh, that's something that people can do. You can actually like formally coach people and help people, because I feel like I'd been like informally coaching people for so many years, and people would
Right.
just ask me questions. And so I'm like, oh, so there's a formal way to do this. And so I went back and I earned my health coaching certification, and also became
Wow.
a certified nutritionist as well.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I think it's important to not just be told, like, okay, eat this, eat that, but just to really understand like what's in your food, understanding how food is meant to fill your body. Of course, you want it to taste good, and
Right.
we eat out of pleasure, that's fine. But to really just understand, the importance of eating nourishing foods. So that's kind of what brought me here to developing Fab and Fit health coaching.
Awesome. 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 So
Thank you.
what inspired you to lose weight? What was that, that aha moment? Like, all right,
Mhm.
enough is enough. Was it You know, you looked in the mirror one day and was like, all right, enough is enough. You know, was it, you know, one of the many, you know, different weight loss tactics you tried one day, and then, you know, you finally found something and it started to work? So, you know, what was it?
I think for me, it was just like a bunch of things like over time that just kind of stacked up. Definitely the first one was my doctor always telling me that, you really need to lose weight. You really need to lose weight. Your blood pressure is high and you're young, and I don't want to put you on blood pressure medication, but, that's kind of where you're headed. Also, like my clothes were fitting just so tight. And I just got to the
Hmm.
point where I was like, I refuse to buy bigger clothes because I was in, I know you might not be familiar with women's sizes, but in the what they call the juniors department, the largest size was a 13, and I was at that size. And I was
Hmm.
just like, I'm at the biggest size in this section. I refuse
Right.
to buy bigger clothes at this point. And then, just feeling just sluggish and tired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had really bad acne because I pretty much lived off of fast food. I didn't want to cook, so I lived off of fast food.
Hmm.
I lived off of fried food, and I just had just a horrible diet. And then I think it was just like the the final straw was when somebody who hadn't seen me in a long time, they were like, "Oh, are you pregnant?" I was like,
Oh
"Oh my
wow. Oh
God."
wow.
I
Oh
was like,
wow.
"No." And they really didn't mean it. I don't think they meant it
Hmm.
in a mean spirited way, but I think it was just based on how I was shaped. And like I said, they hadn't
Right.
seen me and they asked me, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, has my weight really gotten to a point where
Hmm.
somebody can mistake me for being pregnant?" And so
Right.
I'm like, "Ray, you need to do something." And
Hmm.
so initially, when I started, it was during the time where the Atkins diet was super popular. And that's what I did. And I went super low carb and I lost some weight, but I felt so frustrated and deprived that I just one day was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's like I just ate whatever I want and went back to my old ways. I gained the weight
Hmm.
back and then I gained more weight. And I kept seeing commercials for Weight Watchers. And I was like, maybe that's what I need. I really need like something that is like a program, something that's standardized, something to keep me accountable. So that's
Hmm.
actually the program that I followed back in 2008. So um, I definitely think it's a great program. I know that it's changed dramatically since when I did it, but
Hmm.
that's the program I followed, and I still um, follow through with a lot of the same principles of like balance and moderation, and like meal tracking and portion control, and a lot of the
Right.
things like that, and feeling more like this is a lifestyle and not a diet.
Hmm.
They emphasize that it's never about you can't ever have a piece of cake or you can't ever have a cheeseburger and fries, but it's teaching you how to like fit that in within your plan. And so like I said, I think it was a really good foundation for me. So thankfully I didn't have a huge roller coaster of all these different yo-yo diets, but I definitely did try like the fat diet type of thing
Hmm.
because I was like, I don't know what else to do. Let me just
Right.
do what's popular. So I think that's kind of what people experience now, but there's even more like diets to choose from. And
Right.
I think people just get so caught up in not knowing what to do that they just follow whatever's popular without thinking long term what's going to be sustainable. Like I understand people want to lose the weight. Yeah, it's frustrating to be overweight, but you didn't gain the weight overnight, so you can't expect to lose it overnight. So, thinking about long term, can I stick with this pattern of eating 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? So it's kind of like it's okay to try different things, take what worked for you, but then know to leave some things that didn't work for you and just kind
Hmm.
of create something that's going to be sustainable for you.
Right. 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 So with that being said, let me ask you this: do you believe in cheat meals? And if so, what is your go-to or what's your favorite cheat meal?
Um, I believe in them. I don't particularly use the term cheat because I don't want people to feel bad, or I don't want to feel bad.
Right.
I
Right.
just call it more of like an indulgent
Okay.
meal
Okay.
type of thing. And then I keep it at a meal instead of like a whole day or the whole weekend. Cause I think that's sometimes what kind of derails people because like Monday through Friday, they're good. They're sticking to their plan, they're golden. And then on the weekends, it's like they just go all in
Right.
and then they do the whole I'm gonna start over on Monday.
Yeah.
So like what I try to do is like if I know I'm going to a restaurant, I try to like plan it out. Okay, this is what I'm gonna have.
Hmm.
And I make sure that during the day, well, that morning I make sure I get in a good workout, that I'm drinking my water throughout the day, that my other meals have protein and vegetables. And
Hmm.
then I just allow myself to have, something indulgent. If it's like cheesecake or if it's like tacos or, pizza, something like that. I just enjoy that meal. I take the time to like really savor it. I enjoy it. And then, I just get back to my normal style of eating the next day. I don't like keep carrying it over. And I just try to think long term, like, yeah, I wanted that meal, but long term I can't always eat like
Right.
that.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
mhm,
So with that being said, what's
mhm,
your kind of a two-part question is what was your workout and nutrition regimen or routine
mhm.
pre-COVID, and what is it now? Well, you can't even say post-COVID, just
I
currently,
know we can't.
because I
Still
guess
in it.
yeah.
We are still tough in it. So, my workouts and my eating habits have pretty much stayed the same because I worked out at home. Sorry, my fur baby is over
Okay.
here. Are you coming over here? Okay. And so pretty much my regimen stayed the same. I have a home gym. So I've just been working out at home still. I have a treadmill, so I run. I have weights, so I do strength training. My eating habits have stayed the same. Of course, I'm not eating out as much just because I know restaurants are open, but I'm still a little cautious about
Hmm. Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I
So
got you. I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
so I've been eating more at home, and I'm a huge fan of meal prepping. So like on Sundays, I do my weekly meal prepping and just try to make sure that I'm prepared um, for the week ahead. So not much has really changed.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. So, um, being that, we got COVID, we got the global pandemic going on, we got the uh, election going on, and on top of that, so, what's your current view on about like the current state of the U.S. and just the world, just everything encompasses like how does that affect you? Like, what are your thoughts in
Mhm.
regards to that?
Yeah, there's a lot going on and it's really heavy, but I think what has helped me is learning when to disconnect. There are times where I'm like I can't be on my phone right now.
Right.
It's so much information and you have everyone's opinion. For the most part, most of the people who I'm friends with on social media share my same political views, but then you have some people who have other views and I'm just like you seriously believe that type of thing. So
Hmm.
it's just knowing when to disconnect from
Right.
social media. And there are times where I will just go on YouTube and watch videos about things like natural hair or about health, like something to
Yeah.
take my mind
Right.
off
Right.
of it.
Right.
But I think that's what's important because, like you said, there is just so much going on, and it's easy to become overwhelmed and stressed and cause that and have that lead to disrupting your sleep or disrupting your eating habits or whatever. So it's just important to just take that time to disconnect and take care of yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Like I said, for me, it's watching videos, it could be reading, journaling. It's like find an outlet for you that lets you have that mental escape and that just allows you to recharge and just, taking it day by day. I'm, trying not to worry about anything because, I can't, me worrying doesn't change anything.
Right.
All I can
Right.
do my part as far as the pandemic, wearing my mask and, washing my hands and all that. And then as far as the election, it's just a matter of casting my vote,
Right.
making my voice known and saying, you know what, this is my position, this is what I'm voting on, and just kind of seeing where things land from there.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, it's so much to consider and so much to, go on. But I think I think a lot of current reactions are based off of, people wanting things to go back to the way they were,
Yeah.
and they may and they may not. But it's like, what are you going to do today?
Yeah.
Do you have enough stocked up for tomorrow? So meaning like we have to deal with it today. We have to deal with it now, and not get so caught up into yesterday. And it's like, okay, how can we progress? What did we
Yeah.
learn from yesterday, so we can make a better tomorrow? What
Mhm.
words of encouragement do you have for women who are on the fence about starting their fitness journey? And how can they reach you? You like, as far as in regards to, uh, do you think people need a nutritionalist? Do you think they need a personal trainer? What steps would you advise for them, if
Mhm.
they're on the fence about it? Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you get messages about,
Yeah.
somebody wanting your services, and for for instance, you're a certified nutritionalist, right? So you're like, okay, I can do this part, but I may not be certified in personal training, right?
Mhm.
So and they try to get the all-in-one package, because I know I get that a lot. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you're a personal trainer, but I want somebody to help me with my nutrition, and I'm like, well, I'm not certified for that. So with all these different options to jumble, what words of encouragement do you have for women who are on the fence about how to get started, and
Yeah.
thinking about those factors?
Yeah, I think definitely when it comes to getting started, it's the mindset piece of understanding that you just have to start simple, start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life all at once. Definitely focusing on why you want to lose weight, just like simply starting there. Beyond the number on the scale, why do you want to lose weight? Why is this important to you now? And how are you going to feel once you've achieved that goal? And so it's kind of like thinking long term. And then from there, creating smaller goals and different action steps to help you reach that goal. As far as just starting, I think definitely nutrition is really key, because 80% of your weight loss comes from your nutrition. And I think it's easy for people to focus on the working out part, because if that's just 1 hour out of your day, but you're eating, that's the other part of your day, and the part that people have the most difficulty with. And so I think that it is helpful to work with a nutrition coach, someone who can help you understand food as terms of how it fuels the body, understanding portion control, excuse me, how to put together balanced meals so that you stay full and so that you have fewer cravings. And it's about, empowering you with education to make better choices when you go to restaurants, or when you're seeing a package of food. How do you read it to determine if that's something that is really going to nourish you? I think as far as working out, definitely, if you can afford a personal trainer, I definitely think that it's important to have someone who can kind of give you some initial steps on how to get started in the gym. Even if you are maybe intimidated by the gym or a personal trainer like I was, just start with walking.
Hmm.
People think that they have to go all in and do like CrossFit or Orange Theory, which is really popular. And I'm like, you don't have to start there. Start by walking 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, something like that. Or, taking small steps, like if you do go shopping, park far away, take the or take the stairs instead of the elevator. Like, find small ways to incorporate more movement throughout your day. But definitely, I think where you're going to see the most results as far as weight loss is your nutrition. So definitely having a plan, because if you leave it up to yourself, if you're hungry or you're tired, where are you going to go back to? What are you going to resort to? What you're used to?
Right.
Definitely, I'm not criticizing anybody, because I used to
Right.
have my habits too.
Right.
And so that's how I know, when you're driving home and you drive past your favorite restaurant, you're like, I'm not going to go home and cook. I'm going to go,
Right. 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 Right.
whatever. And
Convenience.
so exactly, you're going to go with what's convenient. And so that's why I really try to work with ladies on meal planning, just having that plan in place, because it takes the guesswork out of it. You already know what you're going to eat. You know that you're eating balanced meals. You know that you're eating the right portions of meals. And so it is kind of like fast food. Like when I meal prep and I go home in the evenings and I'm tired, I don't have to cook. I just put it on a plate and put it in the microwave, So definitely, I think working with a nutrition coach is definitely helpful at the beginning. And then if someone can, afford a personal trainer, I definitely think that's important as well. Because at the gym, yeah, you can look at the diagrams on the machines, and some people that works well for them, but sometimes people just want somebody to, walk it through with them and kind of give them like a regimen,
Right.
instead of them just saying, okay, I'll try this machine over here and that machine over there. They can work with a personal trainer, someone like yourself who can structure something for them, and do, upper body, this is what you would focus on, lower body, and,
Right.
however you style it. So
Right.
definitely, I think both are key, but definitely dial in on your nutrition first.
Okay. Speaking of nutrition, I'll ask
Yeah.
you this last question is, what are you cooking for your meal prep tomorrow? Let me
So
guess, sweet
for
potatoes.
no, no, not sweet. I love sweet potato. She always gets all the
That's
kisses
a
on
little
me. I
joke me and
love
Sharae have. She loves sweet
I
potatoes. Well, we love them. So,
love sweet potatoes. I
hmm
love sweet potatoes. But no, I am not having sweet potatoes tomorrow. I am having for breakfast. I like to make casseroles for breakfast because they're really easy and they have plenty of protein and some vegetables. So I'm making a buffalo chicken casserole for breakfast. And then I always have fruit with it because fruit helps me to kind of like tame my sweet tooth. And so
hmm
I have some fruit with it. For lunch, I have a salad. I put, like I said, plenty of protein in there, colorful vegetables. Um, for snack, I have a protein bar. I really like the built bars.
Okay.
They're not as common because they're not sold in stores, but they're online and they're really, really good. Um, and then for dinner, I am making a butternut squash chicken chili. So
Mm, that's
yes,
different.
I'm like, yeah,
That's
I've never
different.
made that one before, and so I'm really excited to try it. And so I'm trying to stick with the theme of fall. Like
Okay.
last week, I had some stuffed acorn squash, and so now I'm trying to do um, butternut squash. I'll probably do like another week. I'll do pumpkin. So that's kind of like what helps me determine what I'll eat. So I'm like, okay, it's fall, so let me kind of stick with that theme. So that's what I'm making
I got
tomorrow.
you. I got you. I got you. Okay, so let everybody know where they can reach you at your website,
Yeah.
your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook group, all of that. Go ahead and let everybody know.
Yeah, definitely. So you can learn more about my services. I have one-on-one health coaching. I run group challenges. I also have a personalized meal planning service. I can do meal plans for clients. And I also have some free ebooks and resources to help you get started. And you can find out more at fabandfitcoaching.com. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me through my personal page. It's Sharae Jenkins, Sharae Jenkins. And there's also a link there to my Facebook group, Fab and Fit. And you're more than welcome to join us for community support and accountability. You can find me on Instagram. My handle is my passion, PASSION, the number two, and the word purpose. So my passion to purpose, that is where you can find me on Instagram. And I'm not on Twitter. Well, I have a Twitter account, but I don't really post on
Yeah,
it.
Twitter is. I'm still
It's a
trying to
hard one.
figure that out. Yeah, that is.
It's the
That is.
whole
Well,
character limit thing.
yeah, yeah. Well, they kind of increased it, but it's just a kind of a place to where just test your ideas at.
Is
Um,
it?
I'm still learning after all these years of being on there. But I want
Yeah.
to thank you for coming onto my podcast and taking time out of your schedule. And I hope people are inspired by the sound of your voice. And again, everybody just go ahead and reach her through the information and the links that our website addresses that she said, and the links will be in the description box below. And that is it. So again, thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem.